This is chapter 4 of Excel, and it's all about large data sets. And this is not what I would call a large data set, but it's certainly much larger than anything you've looked at. And we have approximately 90 entries. So it does make a difference how we handle the data, and this is where the automation becomes really important. We talked before a little bit about setting and clearing a print area, and in order to set the print area, I just highlight it, and I go to page layout and print area and set print area. Now if I decide I want to clear it because really I just want a very small print area, then clear print area does the same thing. So that's pretty sweet. Now this one is going to print over more than one page, so it's going to be important to go into page setup and go to the sheet tab and print titles, rows to repeat at the top, and I want that row to repeat at the top. And it would be good to repeat the columns to the left as well if this is going to break the data in the middle of a column. So I'll click here and there, and it automatically puts. So I'm using the point and click method. I could type this in, but I really don't like typing anything in when I can point and click, and I'll hit OK. And then if I go to print preview, file, print, and look at how it's breaking things. So look, it put that there. Now, if we tell it that we don't want to do landscape, we want to do portrait, you can see that it's going to break it, and it is repeating the row header on the second page. And of course, that would make absolutely no sense to do that. So we go back to the landscape orientation, which would make more sense for this group of data. One of the really nice features that Excel has is that you actually take this sheet of data and you turn it into a table. Now it looks to me like it's already a table, and technically I suppose that it is, but you get a lot of features that are so handy whenever you actually convert it to a table. And let's see what happens. Here it is, and I've got to make sure my table has headers. Okay, and hit OK. So now I have this. So once I've made this table, I can remove the duplicates from it. Remove duplicates. Anytime there's a duplicate, hit OK, and it found 8 duplicate values and it removed them, and that is pretty handy. So it also allows me to say that I don't want all of them selected and I only want American fork. Okay, of the American fork, maybe I want only things that, well, first, how about we sort it from smallest to largest? There we go. And so you have all of these options with it as a table that just simplify things. Now I want you to notice this. It's indicating that the data is filtered. City equals American fork. So that you don't forget that you actually have a lot more data than here, and it happens to be filtered at the moment. So with this table, I can delete fields, and I do that by just deleting the column. Delete. And if I wanted to add a column, insert, and I can give it a new name, new column. There we go, and I have my new column. And once I started putting data in it, oh, look at that. That is formatted as a date. What if I want it formatted as a number? I'm going to go to the Home tab, and I'm going to go right here until it is a number. And obviously, I put it in sort order, so I can just select that I want not all of it. I want anything that is 12 or 22. Okay, and I have all that. Now, I can go back to select all, or clear filter from the new column, and I can go here and I can either hit clear filter from the new column, or I could select all. So there we go, and that is very handy, and that is the strength of our tables. Now there are certain things that you cannot do with a table. For instance, If I wanted to subtotal everything, and we don't use the subtotal feature, but I want you to understand this, that if you ever get in a situation where you wanted to just create some automatic subtotals for everything for American Fork, you can do that. There's a subtotal feature, but you cannot do it if it is formatted as a table. So you would go back to the insert menu, and as odd as it is, I need to select my table. Oh. And again, we have a menu that comes up that's just table tools. So on the design, we can go to convert to arrange, and then it converts it. Yes, I want to convert the table to a normal range. And now I'm back to a normal range, but the formatting, the colors, the stripes, that all remains, and that's really nice. So now I could subtotal it. And if I wanted to add records to it, it's as simple as inserting another row and adding. Now I want to do some other things with our table, so I'm going to go back, Control Z, Z, Z. And now we're back to having a table. And I'm going to clear the filter from the city. And I don't have anything there, so we're good. And then sorry about that pause. I kind of forgot what I was doing next. What I'm doing next is that I want to calculate the days on the market. So I'm going to have to insert a field, insert, and days on market. I mentioned that we can do math with dates, and that is a wonderful thing. And then we're going to talk about creating a structured reference. And a structured reference just means that you're creating a reference in a table, and it automatically creates it in a structured way, and I'll show you that in just a second. So if I wanted to know how long it had been on the market, it would be the sale date minus the listing date. So I can do equal sale date minus listing date, enter. It gave me a date. That's just weird, but what is this formatted as? It's formatted as a date. We don't want it formatted as a date. We want the whole column formatted as a number. When we do that, we get the correct result. 76 days on the market. Now, if we look at this, it looks different. And it's just saying that makes it a structured reference. And you notice we did not have to copy it all the way down. Because it's a table, it does what you do to the entire table. Now, the other beautiful, beautiful thing is that we would like some totals here. And again, we would want to go to the Design tab, and adding totals is just so easy. Look, there's just a little checkbox here for total row. And when I click in here, I can pull up any of my functions. So I can do max. What was the max number of days on the market? Okay, here. Let's see. We don't really need any of that because none of those really apply, but here you could choose whatever it was you wanted. Average, total, so sum, that's how much was total. So it's really handy that you just click, 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 and all of a sudden you have all this data, you have it summarized, you have it formatted, and it's all just a very beautiful thing. And just like all of ours, we have table styles. So if I didn't really like that style and I wanted to choose something else that was, wow, more vivid, which I don't think I'd ever use that. But anyway, they're all up there, and there's your table styles. And because you're in a table, it's Table Tools, the Design tab. Now, I'm going to do some other things to this, but I'm going to choose a style first that is really calm. And then I'm going to go back, convert to arrange. Oh, one other thing. Cancel. No. Okay, this is called Table 3. Right up here, table name. Not really what I want. My table. There we go. Oh, it's not correct. I can't you can't have a space in it. So there we go. It likes that now. No spaces in that table name. Now let's go ahead and convert it to a range. Yes, I want to convert the table to a normal range because I'm going to do some other things to it. So one of the things that you need to learn for data is to be able to create a custom sort. And so we've got a sort and filter button here, and I'm going to go custom sort. And it went ahead and selected the whole table. I could have selected the entire spreadsheet. That would work. My data has headers is checked. That's important. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to sort it by days on the market, and then I want to add a level, and then I want to sort it by city, and I'm going to add a level and sort it by, nothing else really makes sense. So never mind, I'm going to delete that level. So there we go, days on market and city. Or maybe it would be better to sort it by city and days on market. And you can always change this. It's beautiful. It's conditional formatting. Everything that is above average. Light fill, I can choose for it to be all kinds of things. Red text, that's interesting, rather subtle. And it illuminated everything that was above average. And I didn't have to already have the average function. It calculates the average of the cells that are highlighted. All right, let's look at one more thing on conditional formatting, and then we will be finished. So let's go to conditional formatting, data bars, and apply data bars. Conditional formatting is lovely. It allows you to highlight visually so that people don't have to actually look at the numbers to determine. After they see that it's really high, they can look at the number and see the value. And that is a great way to make your data more understandable. So I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you've enjoyed Excel, and I hope that you've really applied yourself, because it is a skill that is highly valued in the workplace.